This is a continuation. Again, thank you for joining me here today. This will be a continuation off the book I read a couple months ago, The Loneliness of the Black Republican. I have an insert here I want to highlight it, dealing with Reagan and the Black Alternatives Conference, something that transpired. And really, we as people of, this is for everyone, but particularly my people of color, whom I want to share this with, and how we really we beat our own selves up. We don't even give each other a chance to say what we have to say or appreciate what is being talked about without it being combative or somewhat adversarial, instead of just having a conversation. But being combative or adversarial instead of just having, a good conversation, about the best way going forward. This particular item, again, is in chapter 7, page 298. And they talked about, I think this is Edwin Meese. Find where I want to start at here. Meese optimistically concluded that Ronald Reagan would address the all American of all types. Drawing heavily on the recommendations of the conference, the white official pledged to broaden the horizons. Excuse me. As he declared in closing, we have an opportunity. All right. The Black Alternatives Conference generated intense reaction from the Black public. Critics were outraged over the solution proposed at this symposium. For example, an NAACP official accused Thomas Sowell, which I just purchased a book from downstairs, of preparing to play the traditional role of House N-word. Okay, they said it in here. N-word in the Reagan administration. So Ronald Reagan gave this individual, a man of color, an opportunity to be in his administration. That is awesome opportunity again. It's not placating toward it. Just I want to make sure I understand the world exists more than people just myself. I'm gonna put this guy on my staff. I thought that was honorable of him, to be honest. And then it goes on to say, for opposing affirmative action. Again, numbers don't lie. Who have affirmative action really helped? And I'll let you go find it out because I already know. So the numbers are out there who has really benefited from affirmative action. Okay, so he didn't want affirmative action, So Clarence Thomas took the brunt of the backlash after being labeled a race traitor. So someone in the NAACP is calling me the N-word and a race traitor. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a part of any organization with that type of history, because all you're doing is beating me up because I think different than you. And I think we need to have people that think different than you. And not everybody look like me gonna think like me, and vice versa. So I think we need to work on how we as people of color treat each other with respect, because how can you expect someone else to treat you with any type of honor and respect if you don't respect yourself? Look at your communities, look at your schools. No one done that. You did it to yourself. Because if you sleep at the wheel, that's what you're allowing to happen. How these someone had to get on the board to allow zoning for these liquor stores and weapon shops to get in our neighborhoods. Were you sitting on the board? Were you aware they were going to put a liquor store right there? Just didn't care, it didn't matter. Well, it's a liquor store, but I know in some places you got a church. You have 3 churches in the span of 100 yards. 3 churches. Why do we need 3 churches span of 200 yards, 100 yards, 50 yards? 3 churches, but we can't get one school. One adequate school, adequate. But the key word is adequate. we're turning out kids that's going to college or trying to find themselves in the military or going to trade school. I think that's where the focus should be at. But look how we're going to call these guys. They called in Thomas Sowell a House N-word because Reagan appointed him to work for it, because he wasn't for affirmative action. Okay, you should have said I had a conversation with the man because you didn't want to know the truth. It was easy for you to just try to character assassinate him and discredit him and sit down and have a conversation about, you know what? Let me sit down and see what angle he's taking. Maybe we could use this approach. No, that's like somebody saying, I'm gonna take your, and I'll get down to that part later. But again, Clarence Thomas took the brunt of the backlash of being labeled a race traitor by black politicians for criticizing the welfare system. What is welfare done for you? That means you stay at home. You know, if you really need welfare while you in college, you're trying to make it, you got kids, husband just passed or something, I don't knock that at all. Use it, but don't make it generational. Don't be on it for 3 years. You know, hey, I got this. I need this for a year or 2 years while I'm in school. I need 3 years where I can take care of my kids and I can make more money to take care of myself. I'm okay with that. Been down that road. Know how that works. But it's not something for you to thrive and connive and thieve off of and try to manipulate things to get there. When you start doing all that stuff, that means your character's being challenged and everything you're doing now is in question. And then you're going to ruin it for somebody else that really needs those benefits and really needs that assistance. I have nothing against the people that really need that assistance, but I do have against stuff against people that are ripping off the system that are able-bodied to work. I just don't want to. I don't want to do that kind of work. You don't have a choice. You have to go to work. Then once you figure you get enough to move around, then you can go do the other stuff you want to get done. That's just trapping the bull by the horns and not making excuses. Again, I notice people make a lot of excuses for stuff they just don't want to do or don't want to do. They think they can't do it. I don't want to do it. It's too hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would go play football if it was easy. Basketball if it was easy. Go to law school if it was easy. Go to med school if it was easy. All that stuff is hard. It takes time. Entrepreneurship, very difficult. Retire the military. Only an eighth of the people that join the military retires. An eighth. Now, you grab a ruler and look at what an eighth looks like. That's the percentage of people that retire out of the military. As I was leaving the service, Colonel Goldsboro out of Fort Carson, Colorado, Fulbright Colonel Goldsboro called me up one day and we were talking. He said, Byron, 30% of officers retired in the military. He just came from some conference and he said, 30% of officers retired in the military. I was like, wow. He said, but if y'all guys, he said only 8%. He said it's a very low percent of enlisted guys, senior enlisted guys retire because y'all do a lot of you guys do a lot of the hard work. And the senior enlisted guys, enlisted period, we do a lot of heavy lifting. I grew up doing a bunch of heavy lifting, so that don't bother me at all. So that wasn't why I could have ran over to become an officer. Nah, I'm okay. I mean, I had an opportunity. Things happen. Stay where I'm at. I'm grateful for what the opportunity. The key word is opportunity. The people on welfare, you're on there for a little bit. Things happen. I totally understand. I empathize with you and sympathize with you. But we're going to keep looking for those opportunities, and they'll be challenging, so we can get out of the survival mode, and we can actually start growing mode. Excuse me, because our kids need to see mom and dad overcome adversity. We shouldn't have to wait for our kid, Johnny, 3-year-old, to become an NFL player before we start doing something. Because I guarantee you, before he can make it to the league, he's gonna spend a lot more money in middle school, getting shoes, or high school, before he can think about getting to that level. Because he has to be mentally prepared to put the work in to become a professional athlete at any level. Um, but again, just to digress back to these particular um, organizations that were designed to help the culture move forward are calling our just because someone is not in the same party as them, um, house niggas are calling them um, race traders. I mean, those are very, very harsh words because Clarence Thomas is a sitting Supreme Court justice. This is the person we should be trying to sit in the room and talk to about his story. And hey, I want to know, what did you have to overcome to get where you're at? It wasn't laid out for him. He graduated out of Yale, and his law schools were 2 cents. But Ronald Reagan gave him an opportunity. Yes, Ronald Reagan gave Clarence Thomas an opportunity to work with him in the White House. So do not let these organizations continue to pull the wool over your eyes like they're all for you, and behind closed doors, they're doing things that sabotage your community, your culture, and your livelihood. So start thinking for yourself, start doing what's right for you, and don't be afraid to go over to your nearest GOP office and find out, hey, what's your platform? Over here at this other place, what's your platform? And you realize, you know what? I don't like either one of them, but if I had to go with one or the other, I think I go with this one because they have a better track record than this. It's not about the person, but as in general, they have a better track record of trying to the road I want to go down, the lane I like to take and get down. But anyway, I appreciate your time again. Have a great day. Again, the title of this book I just finished once course called "The Loneliness of the Black Republican," and that's the author right there, Leah Wright Rigueur. And I can imagine the anxiety and depression people put her under because they thought probably was you think you better than us. It's not about that at all. And for you to think that, I mean, you already got a problem with your intellect. You already not sound anyway. But anyway, I just think that's I'm probably cut it short there. But thank you for your time again. I appreciate it again. I'm just trying to get back into the groove. I'm just trying to get some information out there. 2022 is right around the corner. 2021, like November, December, is a filing deadline for offices. Of course, I am looking at, I got my eye on some offices here in the county. Um, Again, I like to learn things from the lowest level and then work my way up. But I think I need to get a grasp on the procedural stuff at the county level. Of course, I understand the infrastructure aspect of it, indigent care, and other things the county budget and office and things that we're responsible for. And eventually, maybe work my way up to the state level and eventually probably federal level if God put that in my heart. But anyway, um, be blessed. Have a great day. Have a great evening, and be ready for tomorrow. It will come. Sun will come up. Whatever happened today, put it down. Pick up the cross again tomorrow. Keep moving. Hey, be blessed.